Hello ladies and gents, and welcome to episode 1 of Do You Know CSGO? Do you know that you run faster with a knife? Of course you do, it's bloody Counter-Strike. Also, you run slightly faster with your pistol than you do with a primary weapon equipped. Don't get caught with your pants down. Do you know that on Mirage, you don't actually have to get another player to boost you into the mid window? Check this out. Go to short, jump on the wood, up onto the fence and then into the window. It's a great way to surprise any unsuspecting AWP players. Oh, and you don't need to jump up the ramp into B-halls either, you can just run up it. It's really that simple. Stop jumping here, it might actually save you a few seconds in the long run. Do you know that you can silently climb up ladders by moving slowly up them? Looking down just below the midline will guarantee you maximum speed whilst remaining quiet. Another tip for ladders: if you look up and press forward, you'll go up them faster. However, the fastest way to climb ladders is by holding a directional movement key as well. It kind of looks like you're climbing the ladder sideways. Here I'm holding W for forward, D for strafe right and looking up to the left to move vertically up the ladder. When you're at the top of the ladder, bring your mouse back down to eye level to make sure that you don't hang there in the air. You can also crouch right at the top of the ladder as you look back down, and this is going to help maintain your speed and ensure that you aren't hanging in the air like a lemon. Practice it a few times and you'll be able to get up ladders quickly without blocking the top for your teammates. Do you know that you can hear the difference in what sort of a grenade is being thrown at you by the enemy? This is very useful for reacting and avoiding a bad situation. When flashbangs bounce, they make this sound. If you hear it, turning away can sometimes avoid being blinded by a pop flash. When HE grenades bounce, they make this sound. It might give you a split second to move away slightly and avoid some damage. And finally, if a Molotov is flying through the air towards you, you're going to hear this sound. It's pretty scary, but it will alert you and give you time to move so you don't have to turn into the human fireball. Use your ears, people. And whilst we're talking about ears, here are some sounds that you and your enemies make in-game that everyone's going to be able to hear and could potentially give your position away. Scoping or zooming in. Switching fire modes. Reloading. Throwing guns on the floor. Throwing the bomb on the floor. Picking up weapons. Removing and attaching silencers, and jumping. However, whilst walking, that's holding shift by default, some of these actions are silent for the enemy. For example, walking whilst picking up the bomb, walking whilst picking up a weapon or a grenade, and jumping to a position above you. Remember that walking rewards a big reduction of your audio footprint. Always be aware that almost every action you make could potentially be heard by a nearby enemy. Do you know that there are 3 ways to throw all of the grenades in CSGO? Left click is your overarm throw and goes the furthest. Right click is a very small underarm throw that goes the shortest distance. And left click plus right click together puts the grenade somewhere in the middle. Right click when using flashbangs is a great way to pop flash an enemy. If they don't see it coming, they've got very little time to turn away from it. Here's a good example on A site of Dust 2. You can also right click drop a flash into a smoke and turn away as you run through it. This can sometimes really surprise an enemy who isn't expecting you to push through and easily blind them. Left click and right click throw together is good for pop flashes. This is a great left click right click flash for short A on Dust 2. As you can see, there's very little time to turn away from it. Now with the left click throw you can do more elaborate flashbangs as they travel the furthest, but your goal should always be to make them explode a split second before the enemy can see them, making them almost impossible to turn away from. Say for example the enemy has taken B bomb site on Dust 2. A flash over the top like this is very easy to turn away from and won't be that effective. Instead, how about employing a retake strategy like this? Smoke from here to land near B tunnel and block that line of sight off. Then you could try these 2 flashbangs in coordination with each other. Flashing together as a team is much more effective, but here are 2 great B retake flashes to demonstrate doing it on your own. Both of these flashes explode as soon as the enemy can see them, giving you a better chance of entering the bomb site and killing enemies that are blinded and unable to shoot back. In this series, I'm going to be showing you many more useful flashbangs and smokes like these to improve your game. And that's all for episode 1 of Do You Know CSGO. I hope you found this helpful. Thank you very much for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video and I'll see you in the next one.